Hey everyone, I am back and I wanted to do this quick tutorial on this tea bag fold like I showed you in the Christmas, the Stamp Period Christmas journal. And it's really super easy. There's not a lot to it. So anyway, I just like the fact that you can open this up and you can journal. It's the whole piece of paper. You can journal everywhere that you want to. You can journal in here, and then you can just fold it up and it just looks like a tea bag. That's what it looks like. And it even has the little tea bag tab there. But anyway, that's kind of where I was going. I had tore a tea bag apart because I was actually going to try to make a bigger one out of one of the square tea filters and or coffee filters. And I just got the idea to do this. Now I don't know if anybody else has done this or not. It's just something that I thought of when I was tearing that tea bag apart. So I wanted to make it like we do the envelopes. So many do when they make the little envelopes, and then you can pull them apart and they're the journaling paper. And that's kind of what I was going for. So this here is, I was going to measure this. This one I already had folded, ready to decorate. But it does not really matter what size your paper is. I'm actually going to try it. I haven't made one this small, but I'm actually going to try to make one with this little small paper. So also, it doesn't matter what size your paper is. I would, however, have it longer than my width, so it kind of gives it some length to it. But it's not going to matter. There's no measuring. There's no scoring. There's just not much to it other than folding. So here's what I'm going to do. I got my paper and I'm going to put it, go put it like landscape from side to side. And then you're just going to fold it. And all you want to do is fold it where this is going to come back over this. You don't want to fold it and it just butt up right against it. You want it to overlap it just a little. I mean, just overlap it. And then just crease it down. Okay, and once you have done that, then you want to, I believe you have to flip it this way, because you want to take it and fold it even. Just take it and fold it where your top is even. Just fold it to your center. Then you want to bring this top piece, and I just take my thumb and I just eyeball it about a ½ inch, and then just bring it back and crease it. Then I take and I just kind of flip it over now, because I want the longer piece now to just be able to take it and line it up even and crease it, and then it has my little mountain there. Okay, and then all I do is I take and I turn this down just however far that you like those little indents to be. That's just how far, because you can make them really long or you can make them really short. That's totally up to you. But just fold it however you think you would like the length of those little corners to be. And then what I did was I just took this one and then I just measured it up against right here so that I would get the same length, Just make sure you've got your bag right, and then just take it and just fold it to be like the other. Okay, once you've done that, of course you want to bring them to the inside. Okay, and then there is your fold. It's really that simple. Okay, really that simple. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Well, actually I'm going to do two more because I want to do this little piece. Okay, so this is an 8.5 by 11. And I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to crease it. Then I'm going to bring my piece back over and I'm just going to overlap it about, a 1/4 or 1/2 inch there. It's not really a big deal which one you do. As long as it's overlapped a little. Okay. And then I want to take it and I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to bring it up and make it even with the top. You know, just crease it there real good. Okay, then I'm going to just stick my thumb down here and I want to crease it back to me about a 1/2 inch. And I'm just looking in here to crease it a little bit right at that 1/2 inch. You know, and you want it to be a little straight. You don't want it too cockeyed, so, you know, you just, I can tell that's a little off just by the way it looks. Okay, once you've got that, then just flip it over. Bring this little longer piece to you now, and we're just going to bring it up and we're going to make it even with your last little fold. Okay. Just make it even with your last little fold. Okay. And then, you know, just kind of check, make sure you're kind of even. That might be a hair off, but it's not enough to worry about. And then I'm going to start pulling my corner back a little bit. I'm going to make these a little smaller, and I just eyeball them. I don't measure anything. Okay, and then take it and push them to the inside because that's where they need to be. It's just easier to crease that. Easier to crease that when you bring it back to you. Okay, and there's my little, and I can see this one's not quite as long, so I'm just going to give it a little more crease. Okay. Alright, so there we are. And then to get these in the back to match and be the same, all you have to do is take it and bend it back using this one as your template, kind of. Okay. And just take it and bend it back to match this front fold here. Okay. And then open it up and then bring them to the inside. And just bring that fold to the inside. Okay, and that is really your little tea bag right there. There's your tea bag fold. Super, super easy. And if you see that, you know, maybe it's a little off, you can adjust it, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. That's just part of being handmade. Okay. So then what I did is I have just brewed some tea for staining some paper with. I wanted to tea stain some paper. So I took my little tabs with the string off and I painted them so that the red wouldn't shine through my fabric. So I have got 2 of them, and that's all I did. I just pulled the string out of them, and I took and I put a little white paint or gesso over it. And then I'm going to take my fabric. I've got some little coffee stained fabric here. And what I did was I just kind of set my little bag down there, and I'm just going to tear that because I want the raggedy edges. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to tear it again, and I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to just kind of tear it again. That way I can get 2 of them out of my... Okay, then I'm just going to take some glue And I'm using the art glitter glue this time. And because I want that glue to not be all liney, you know how you can kind of sometimes see your glue line, I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to kind of just smooth that out, because I don't want those lines showing on this. And then just put your little fabric there on your piece, your little tab, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to take my finger and just smooth that glue out. Smooth that glue out so I ain't got no glue lines. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put it on top. There we go. And then there's me a little fabric T-tab. I'm going to call it a T-tab. I don't know what it's actually called. Okay, and I got one more to do, so I'm going to grab that, get my fabric again. Oops, I think I'll use my smaller piece here. Okay, get my little, and I'm just going to eyeball it. Cut it. Tear it. And grab it again. Just kind of eyeball it there. You just want enough that you're not just right, you know, right on top of your, I like to have a little hangover all the way around. So, okay. And then I'm just going to rip it and rip it. Okay. Alright, then we'll get my glue. And I'm going to take my finger and just get it all around the tab. Okay, lay my fabric on there. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the same here. Let's get us some glue on there. Okay. Alright, so there's my tabs. Right there. They're all nice and they're all fray looking, and I like that. So, alright, there's our two little tabs. Alright, I'm going to show you how I put those on. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can make a little one. Because like I said, it doesn't matter how big your paper is. It really doesn't matter that you measure your paper. Okay, so I'm going to take it and may have to get my bone folder put in here to kind of smooth that paper out a little so I can bend it. Okay. Alright, and then okay, I think I'm supposed to be going this way to make my fold to the inside. Okay, then this goes back to me. Only this time I'll only go about 1/4 of an inch because it doesn't have to, it's just going to be little, so we don't want to make it as big. Okay, so there's our little, and I've got about 1/4 of an inch there. Okay, and then I'm going to start, I'm just going to bend this in. I think I can get these probably pretty close. Bend that in. Bend it in. Okay. And then that'll come in. And this one will come in. It's a little harder to fold the paper when it's a little smaller, I think. When you don't have as much to hang on to. Okay, get that bent. Okay, so there's our little tea bag right there. And that's about the size of a normal tea bag. So, alright guys, so there you go. It doesn't matter the size of your paper. As long as you'll fold it that way, you'll be okay. You can about do whatever size of tea bag you want. Okay? So, I'm going to get back to my bigger ones here. So now what I do, I just come to whatever's going to be my back side, and I tie a knot. I tie a knot here on this end of the tab, the string, and I tie a double tie. That way it's got a nice, or maybe even three. This one might need three. That way it just has something when I staple this on that it can, you know, it can not come through the staple. So, and I did get me a small stapler from Tuesday morning when we were out at the Antique Festival of the Ozarks. I did buy me a little stapler from Tuesday morning. They had the three, the small, medium, and large stapler, and I bought the little one just so I'd have a smaller staple to put in there, but I didn't grab it, so I'm going to have to use my big stapler here. And what I do is I just kind of eyeball center, and then there is my staple. And then if you think that your staple, whoops, I should have actually put this to the back side. That's what I should have done. And I'm going to do that. I don't like that out that side. So, here we go. Let's just lift that up. Yeah, I'd want that to the inside, not to the outside. So I'm going to pull that out of there. Okay, and I'm going to go this way because I want that to the knot goes to the inside, and then I want my stapler. There we go. All right, and there's my, okay, and then what that does is that just brings your little tab. I put it on this side right here is what I do. You know, it's coming out of the center there, and then I just bring it over to the front. And I'm going to go ahead and stick a little, that's a rusty clip there. Kind of stick it down a little bit. And then what I did was I just got some Pinterest images here, and that's what's going to go on the front of my tea bag. I've got some of this vintage lace that I bought at that antique show. I just love, this is a really wide one, and I'm wondering if I don't want to use that. I really like that. The other one I actually used some of the fabric. On this one I just used some of the fabric is what I used to put on the back side of it. And I'm going to cut that just a little straighter, where it doesn't look quite so crooked. Okay. And then I'm just going to do a little layering is what I plan on doing. I think I want this. That was the end of that piece. This is the first time I've used it. Okay, so I'm going to put that, I believe, like that. I like how it's wide enough to hang over both sides, so I like that. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to put this on. I think I do like that, so I'm going to cut off 3 of those, and I'm probably going to put that something like that. And then I always like to add like little layers here and there. I just like to do that. And Let's see. Do I want to just add something like that? No, I think I'm just going to keep it pretty simple. I don't think I'm going to add a whole lot here. Okay, so I think that's going to be fine for that. Just a little bit of overlay there on those. So I'm just going to start sticking it down. But guys, these are really fast and they're actually very fun to make. And they will be something a little different anyway than the envelope flips, which I use a lot of too. I like to have those in a journal as well. I don't know who the originator of that was, but that was a fun fold on the envelopes. Okay, and I'm just gonna place it like so. Just place it like so. Get that glue stuck down. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and stick this down now. And I'll put a little, I like the art glitter glue. I like the little fine point because it really does allow you to glue your little fine pieces there, your fine threads, without getting it all over everything and everywhere. And I think I'm going to have to stick that down. Okay, and I'm going to add my little 3 rosettes here. My biggest part of my netting to go to the outside on those little rosettes. Okay. And then I just want this little, this is some vintage lace that I found. I just love it. It's so fine. It's a very fine piece of crocheted lace there, crocheted trim. I call it lace, but it's really trim. And then, oh, I think I was going to put the longer one there. That's okay, because I can move that. Let's just put that right there, and I'm going to put this one down here, the longer one. Okay. And we'll just put it over that glue. Alright, now that is fun. Get a wipe here and clean up some of that glue. Okay, so there is the there is that tea bag fold journaling. I don't know what you'd call it, journaling paper. Journaling, and then I just put a little clip on it, and there's the little tab. How fun is that, guys? That's pretty fun. And then it just looks like, just resembles the tea bag. So anyway, that's the little tutorial. I'm not gonna decorate the other one. I'll do it off camera. But anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that'll be fun for you and maybe something a little different. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.